getting feedback. If you are just joining us right now, I have got Jordan Feliz, who is here with me from a very like West Elm decor kind of bedroom right now. It's very cool.
Well, thank you. This is it's our guest room, I guess, / office.
So we got the
space.
Invitation to come to Jordan Feliz's house. We would get to sleep in that room right there.
Yep, there, in fact, you kind of see, we got alpacas up there.
What?
Yep.
Oh my gosh, I feel like this is the coolest Airbnb. You guys should think about that.
Yeah, fun fact, there's actually an alpaca farm that's literally about 600 yards that direction. So we have a bunch
is that pillow right there made of alpaca?
Yes.
Okay. Well, in honor of Jordan Feliz being here, I am Lauree from the afternoons here at KCBI. Welcome to the Live with Lauree afternoon show. This is us having fun while flattening the curve. And Jordan Feliz, if you don't know this or you've never seen him live in concert, he always has a hat on. Jordan,
always do.
You're proving my point right now. So I thought that Jordan and I today. Oh, okay, fair enough. All right. I challenged him to a hat off.
Yeah.
To see how many hats we could come at each other with. This is very cool right here.
Hey, thanks. This is the first hat. This is the first one.
This is what made you the hat guy.
I guess so. This was the one.
Okay. Well, if you are joining us right now on KCBI, thank you so much for being here. If you've got any questions for Jordan, you can certainly put them in the comments down below. Jordan, we are in the middle of quarantine right now. Your family is there. What are the things that are keeping your spirits up right now as we are all we've gone through the snacks. We're done with the snacks. Now we're just kind of over it. How's your family doing and what's keeping you guys going?
We're doing really good, actually. I know it sounds kind of crazy. I know that our country's in a little bit of a chaotic state, but, our team has really been praying through Psalm 91, and also just realizing that our provider, Jesus is still on the throne, no matter what our world looks like, no matter what our country looks like. I think, it's one of those things where you can really easily start to allow fear to become the driving source of your day. You know what I mean? You turn on the news, any kind of news channel, any kind of, it's just there's just constant panic, it feels like. And it's funny because, I've been telling a lot of my friends, man, I'm like, hey, pile your kids up in your car and just go for a drive. Literally just get in the car and just drive around. You're not breaking any rules, just go drive around, and then, it'll make you feel a little bit more normal. You know what I mean?
Roll down the window, feel the breeze. We need the breeze.
Yes, exactly. And I think, for us right now, that's kind of just been what we've been doing is we've just been trying to soak up the fact that we have a we don't know when I'm going back to work, when I'm going to go back to playing shows again right now. But at the same time, let's kind of take the moment to realize that, my job, I'm gone all the time. So let's soak it up. Let's just, really have some great family time instead of being worried and fearful about what's to come or what's not to come or whatever it is. Let's just really just put our trust in the Lord and know that ultimately, no matter what happens, He's in control.
Amen. As we're putting our trust in the Lord.
Yeah.
I'm challenging Jordan Feliz, if you were just joining us right now, to a hat off, because this man always has hats on. But what does practically trusting in the Lord look like? I know that we can read the scriptures and I know that we can sit with it, but for you, or maybe as you kind of live it out, is it meditating on it? Is it singing it out? Is it speaking it out? What does trusting in the Lord look like for you?
I think right now it looks a lot like living it out. I think people, your actions can speak that peace of mind that only comes from God. You know what I mean? Like that. It's almost something. It's just something that's on you. You know what I mean? Like something people can tangibly see, and it doesn't come from anything. And it's funny because I have a lot of friends that are in Christian music. I have friends that are in country music, pop music. I have friends that are in the NBA. I have friends that are in football, the NFL. And it's funny because it's covering such a wide spectrum of people that I know, and then it's also affecting day to day the dude that just opened up a sandwich shop. You know what I mean? And it's it's the full spectrum. It doesn't not affect anybody.
Yeah.
And I think right now, as believers, if we can walk with the peace of God on us and on our tongue, life, just that alone can literally just set this layer of, man, let's just take a second to breathe. You know what I mean? Let's take a second to, instead of be concerned and constantly fire each other up on social media, or whether it's you're calling your family or whatever it is. Let's take some time to sit down and pray about it, and then go out and walk it. You know what I mean? And I say go out, but really just let's pour that out onto people through the outlets that we can.
I was just thinking too that, from the overflow of the heart, the mouth speaks. And so what am I putting in this time to my heart so that I would speak words of peace? I would speak God's truth. I would speak that to nobody else but myself even, like this morning, I got to tell you, I was cranky. I just felt like I'm over it. I'm over the snacks. I'm over the fun of quarantine. I'm feeling all of that. And so when we dwell on that, it's not even feeding the fear, it's just feeding the toxic, but it's just what am I putting in to my heart, that would be the overflow of what my husband encounters from me and all of that. So
well, and I think it's one of those things you can get trapped in that real easily, especially when you're just stuck in your house. We got two kids that we have a 19-month-old and a 4.5-year-old.
Oh my goodness.
And they're both going insane, you know what I mean? But at the same time, I think we've been able to really hone into the fact that we've been able to pray more as a family. There's just so many things that this has been a blessing of too. I'm not waking up being concerned about a work email or anything. Everything has just shut down. So there's nothing to be focused on other than my family and my faith, you know what I mean? And it's we wake up and we've been praying as a family. We've been, praying as a family several times during the day, just lifting up our communities and lifting up, Christian music. Because a lot of us, it's a really weird thing to own small. We're all small businesses, and it's crazy to now just, you don't know when you have work next, you know what I mean? But at the same time, like I said, we know that God is bigger than any virus, and he says it's biblical that he will heal us of all of our sicknesses and all of our diseases. He's going to, and we're gonna come in. We're gonna come to him, and we're gonna say, Lord, we trust you.
Yeah. Michelle just shared. Michelle, thanks for joining us. She said, what a blessing to be able to spend this time with your kids. So.
Oh, dude, such a blessing.
Yeah.
Crazy, dude.
Yes, I love that. Okay, don't get mad. It's Chris Tomlin's hat, but you haven't come out with a hat yet, so.
Well, I'm still stuck on the wide brim ones. So I gotta kind of. This is number 3 of wide brim, so
okay,
I gotta.
Okay.
Then we'll get over to.
I've got my wide brim. This is my sailing hat when I go with my parents sailing, and we're sailing a lot, and you gotta really tug that down. So.
Yeah, you gotta get that so it doesn't fly off.
I look ridiculous in this. I just usually wear this on a sailboat, but I've never had a mirror on that. So this is, wow. My parents just always tell me I look lovely, but they've been lying all along. Okay. Okay, so Jordan, speed round, left field with Lo. As you are at home right now, we love to do these little question and answer. I like to hit you from left field. If you're just joining us,
All right.
this is Jordan Feliz. Jordan's latest release came to us, and it's Faith that we play here at KCBI. But I got to tell you, man, we have been looking forward to new music. Your record label is talking about all the stuff that they're really excited about. We're really excited about it. So if you just want to hum a couple bars, just I can snap a long little clap. Just no.
You know, okay, so I was kind of bummed because we were gonna kind of be your direction on hits, and we weren't able to make it that direction because we got shut down. But we were playing a brand new song, which is actually gonna be the first single. It's called. I'll say this. It's called Glorify. So it's called Glorify.
Okay. And you heard it here first, folks, at KCBI. Jordan Feliz releasing new music. Well, we're excited about that. And I love too, Jordan, you know, if people are just joining us, we're ready. Okay, here we go. Okay.
I mean, are you feeling gray? What are you feeling?
No,
Like
I can go all day long.
You know,
Ooh, I like this one. It looks kind of dusty. Ooh, look at that smokestack hat. Look at this.
I mean, you know, there's this guy.
Wow, okay. Dang it. I have a very large head, and I don't say that to put myself down. It's just an acknowledgement. My father and I have actually measured my head before, and so it's sometimes I get really intimidated to walk into hat shops because I put them on and it's like, so, but those hats look so good on you, so.
Well, thanks. This one is it's like meant to be a little big. It's meant to be like a big, large hat.
Yes.
You know, so I mean, maybe you gotta go to the right hat shop. We'll talk about that. You know.
Is his favorite Goring Brothers?
Is your favorite Goring Brothers? My husband's asking this.
Oh no, so I work with a dude. His name is Gage Speeds. He has a company called Daisy May Hat Company.
Okay, if you have your own hat, dude, then you're out of my league. I have Nordstrom Rack. Okay, that's pretty much what I got.
Well, Kate will hook you up if you really do want a custom hat. It's pretty awesome.
I bet, and it'll probably fit my head. Jordan Feliz checking in right here. If you are just joining the Facebook live stream, I am Lauree in the afternoons. This is Live with Lauree, having fun while flattening the curve. Thanks so much for joining us this afternoon. So, Jordan, you're not out on tour right now, but let me ask just a couple of questions just to kind of dig a little bit deeper. And for those that are just joining us, Jordan and I have kind of an interesting introduction because we first met via Skype when I was a missionary in the Czech Republic, and Jordan was friends of friends that we were doing evangelistic tours like with rock bands across post-communist countries in the Czech Republic and Slovakia, and they were like, oh, we know this guy Jordan, you should totally get him on tour. So I don't know where we were, if we were in Slovakia that night, but we Skyped Jordan. It was like, hey, nice to meet you. And Jordan passed. Apparently he had some things that he was doing, like making music and becoming a star. But I moved back to America, and a number of years later, I was in Florida at a Christian radio conference, and this guy is up on stage with all these people, and I'm like, just can't place him. Who is that guy? And I always go back to my old debate days, so I'm always thinking, did I debate against him in high school and college? But then it hit me, like, oh, it's the guy. Hi. So
that's crazy. You know what? Was that with Josh Zegan?
Josh Zegan and Zach Zegan, but it was Josh Red that told me to call you.
Josh Red, oh my gosh, that's crazy.
Yeah. Anyway, so yes, okay. Am I reusing hats? Okay. Well, this is Jordan Feliz. Coming up, if you've just joined with us, we also are going to be talking with Dr. Evans. But Jordan, let me ask you a couple of questions right here, right now. Fire off, left field with Lo. Number one, what would you have been grounded for as a child?
Probably being out too late.
Favorite cereal?
Frosted Flakes.
If calories didn't count, what would you binge on?
Oh, gnocchi.
Oh, that's left field. What would you recommend right now to watch on TV? Like, what's the best binge-worthy thing that you've seen lately?
We haven't really been binging on anything.
That's okay.
I don't know.
Nothing.
Okay, I'll go back to How I Met Your Mother. That was great.
Okay. What's your favorite Christmas album to listen to?
Oh, Nat King Cole all day.
Okay. Are you listening to it right now? Because Christmas cheer is kind of circulating right now.
Yes, it is. Yep, 100%. Yep. I actually still have a Christmas tree up right here, right next to that.
Jordan and I were Skyping earlier before this call started, and behind him I was like, "Is that a Christmas tree?" And he's like, "Yeah, it's a Christmas tree."
Oh, I'm so ashamed. Like, but
No.
but the point, just to explain myself, because it's so ridiculous that it's still up. But I was supposed to put it away in my attic, and it just would not find its own little place up there because there's like several tall spots, but I have a couple other big Christmas decorations in there. So then we have a storage unit, and I just haven't put it in there because we were supposed to put it in this closet. It's just a mess, guys. I'm sorry.
You know what? There is a movement that has started that people are putting up their Christmas lights because they just need that cheer, that kind of feeling of like, oh, twinkly lights. Whatever it does to us, it does something good. So I think that you're just riding that. Last week in Hallmark, they did a whole wall-to-wall Christmas movie marathon. You are above the curve, my.
Oh, let's go. I feel it. I'm going to keep this tree up all year long now. It's just going to be great.
Absolutely. All right, Jordan. This was actually my grandfather's, his gardening hat in California. And I know, it doesn't really fit. Oh, look at that, Centricity Records. Okay. Well, Jordan Feliz, joining us from Nashville. And Jordan, I have one suggestion for you because I know that so many, my mother-in-law still has a mini Christmas tree up. Yes, you do. My mother-in-law is watching right now. I know that so many people, just like you, artists and singers, have been pulled off the road. And so we are praying for you as a community. We're so thankful for your music. I am so thankful as a tone-deaf, lyric, illiterate kind of person. I'm thankful for you to put your gifts into action, to be able to create songs and music that lead us to a place of worship or joy or celebration, whatever it is. So thank you for that.
Thank you so much. Thank you. It means a lot. Thank you.
Yeah, and we will be praying for you and your family and your team, your small business, that God would just provide in different means and ways during this time that you guys are out on the road. But I also...
Thank you.
Yeah, of course. My KCBI people, we are prayer people. So, and also, let me just make one suggestion, okay? This is my suggestion to you. I was inspired the other day. I can't even take credit for it. A woman has started Corona caroling. And you already have the gift of singing and all of that. So, and you already talked about just packing the kids in the car and just driving. So I don't know if you have a sunroof situation, moonroof, just pop yourself up and just do your thing to all your neighbors. We need more of that in our world.
Totally.
Yes.
I'm sure all my neighbors would literally die if I drove my car through and just like popped my head out and was just like, I know a place where we can go.
Yes, give your kids little like cucarachas, little tambourines, and they're just kind of like out the window. Oh my gosh, this could go viral.
It could.
What kind of stereo system are we working with in your car right now?
I mean, it's pretty decent. I don't know.
It'll get the job done. Honk, honk, turn it out. Corona caroling. If this happens, like, I just want credit when it goes viral. That's all. Just like a little line item right there.
Yeah, we'll do like a 10% contract.
I don't even need any money. It's pro bono. I just,
True.
Yes, well, Jordan, we love you. We love your music and your heart for ministry. So thank you so much. We're praying for you and your family for all the health in the meantime.
Oh, thank you guys. Thank you. Yeah, you guys too. It's like I said, it's a crazy season, but we're super, super just encouraged through it. You know, watching people come together, watching our country come together has been really beautiful. You know, I really feel like a lot of beauty. We're gonna come out of this, I feel like, in a really good spot for the country, and I'm really excited for that, and I'm also just really excited that for just people, just like humans, you know what I mean? The fact that we can actually just enjoy. I feel like we're gonna come out and just actually get to enjoy each other, you know what I mean? And that's just gonna be such a beautiful thing.
We will appreciate because of this. So yeah. Absolutely. Tammy says, I want to hear some music. Is there any like just a cappella things that you can share?
Tammy.
Tammy, I love you so much.
Oh, Tammy, I love you. I'm sorry, I don't even know what I can do. There's nothing I can really do a cappella. How about I just say this? The moment that this coronavirus is done, Tammy, you just come out to a show and just come and hang, and we'll go and I'll play you an hour worth of music. How about that?
Tammy, that is a personal invitation right there for you. Make sure that you tag this, Tammy. You take this video and you bring that to Jordan Feliz at the next time. Well, Jordan, thank you so much for joining us on the show today. Thank you. Many blessings to you and your family.
Yeah, thank you guys too. And we'll be praying for you guys as a family and lifting you guys up. Stay safe, stay healthy, and we'll see you guys soon.
All right. I think that you won the hat battle. I was reusing.
Oh man, now I feel ashamed because I've got a stack right here that's really bad.
All right, he handily won the hat battle. Fine, fair enough. All right, you're the hat person. See you later, Jordan. Bye.
See you guys.
Well, thank you so much for joining us this afternoon. It's a little bit different right now. I am Lauree from the afternoons here at 90.9 KCBI. I don't know if this is backwards either. So I've also created this. I don't know which one is correct. But today is a special show because we have not one, but two special guests that are going to be joining us today. Dr. Tony Evans as well I'm about to call him, and just to be able to have a word of encouragement. But thank you for joining us right now. A couple things that I just want to make you aware of. If you're brand new here at KCBI, we are a community here in Dallas-Fort Worth that loves to pray together. And so if you have got a prayer request and you're just feeling isolated, head on over to kcbi.org. There is a tab there at the top that says prayer, and you can leave a prayer request. Or even, I want to invite you, if you are a prayer warrior, you love to pray with and for other people, there's a whole list of everybody that's bringing those things before the community and saying, would you join me? And so that could be a way that you just bless others to join us all in prayer. So I just want to make you aware of that. And then also, we have got something called Share Hope. And that is where you can write a letter to elderly people right here in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, people that are just feeling isolated, not really understanding all that's going on right now, and a letter in their hands is such a huge blessing. And so you can write that letter. We've even included a downloadable template that you can write. There's an email option. And if you send an actual letter, maybe your kids are doing like drawing a picture or something like that, or you can draw a picture too. I mean, anybody can draw a picture. They are being sent there and they're able to be disinfected. So have no fear, just to be able to extend some hope and love to our community right here in Dallas-Fort Worth. Wherever you are watching from, hello, let us know who you are and where you're watching. We are about to call Dr. Tony Evans. So without further ado, this is all like, it's just me right here and my husband, my sweet husband. So let's see. We'll get this going. Give him a call right here. Let's see. How's everybody doing today? So good, so good. Here we go.
Oh,
Hello, hello, Dr. Evans. Hello, hello.
can you hear me?
I can hear you. I can hear you. I know that we're all working with different amounts of cellular service and Wi-Fi. Everybody's using so much of it right now. Hello.
Hi.
Welcome to KCBI's afternoon show. We're so glad everybody's been looking forward to hear from you. How are you doing today?
It's an interesting time in the Evans household. A church, Oakland Bible Fellowship, and a national ministry. So I'm being kept busy in addition to all the stuff going on in our personal lives. So we've got a lot happening, but God is still good and still on the road.
Yes, he is. You know, I was just listening to one of your sermons earlier today, and you had such encouraging words in this time especially, and we want to link that word that you shared on YouTube. But one of the things that I would love for you to pass along to us today is, what's the truth that we cling to in this time of COVID and Corona and quarantine? And would you just be able to share that with us today?
For sure. What we are experiencing is a divine reset. God has allowed a cosmic disruption in the natural order of things. Whenever God allows a cosmic disruption in the natural order of things, it is because he is doing something. First of all, Hebrews 12 says he is speaking. When he shakes things up, he's speaking, he's talking. So right now, he's screaming. And what he's trying to bring forth is his unshakable kingdom. So this is a kingdom opportunity in a kingdom crisis for a kingdom impact. So now is a great time for God's people to reorient their priorities, our priorities, to become kingdomized, as I call it, which means to adjust our lives to his priorities, to what's important here. Because our priorities right now, things that we thought were important aren't quite as important as we thought they were, because they've been disrupted, and we've had to adjust on a dime in a very short amount of time. God is speaking, and it says in Hebrews 12, don't ignore him when he speaks. So just make this a physical health issue. Everything visible and physical is preceded by something invisible and spiritual. So if you want to address the visible physical, you must also previously address the invisible spiritual. If all you see is what you see, you do not see all there is to be seen. So we must run to the spiritual to make sense of the circumstantial.
I love how you shared that too. You said God did not stutter. He is very clear in his word.
That's right. His word gives us the basis for approaching this challenge. But at the very same time, the Holy Spirit gives us the wisdom to apply that word in our personal lives, family lives, church lives, and in our cultural lives. And so if we use this opportunity to return to him through his word, we will see him as we've never seen him before. And actually, what we won't be grateful for the trial, we'll be grateful for the purpose.
Dr. Evans, I'm sorry for your loss of your wife. I never met her, that privilege, but seeing everybody's tributes to her, she sounded like an incredible woman and a legacy.
She was royal.
Yes.
She was royal. And I'm better for it, my kids are better for it, my ministry is better for it, the kingdom of God is better for it.
Amen. I think that you can speak right now to a place of very personally knowing loss of your partner. I think other people, as they are connecting right now on our Facebook Live, they are experiencing loss of finances or job or retirement. But what has God been speaking to you about loss that you could share to those that are experiencing that or feeling loss in different ways right now?
You got to run to God when your world collapses, and that's what happened with us. I lost my wife of almost 50 years. I have to sing, and I want all the folks to sing to Isaiah 40. Those last few verses, the people wanted to know why they were going through the painful situations. And God told them, okay, the circumstances are bad, but I'm still here. And I want you to focus on me. And what I will do is I will give you strength. I will give you the strength you need to handle the crisis that you're in until things change. And if things change, my prayer for me, prayer for all of the folks, is Job 42. Job 42, he didn't understand what was going on, and yet he said, I focused on you, and now I've heard about you with the hearing of the ear, but now I see you with my own eyes. So your prayer is, God, help me see you in the situation. You may make your prayer, he'll show up in some uncanny ways to let you know, even though things seem wrong, he's still right.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. I hope that you are encouraged. If you're just joining us this afternoon, Dr. Tony Evans joining me here in Dallas. And Dr. Evans, we love to pray for you. We as a community here at KCBI just love you and love the way that you bring your giftings and preaching to us each week on your program. As a leader and as a pastor, I know that so many pastors and leaders in your position are having to flex and having to figure out, how do you lead, how do you shepherd, how do you get the word of God out to the congregation? How can we, as people, be praying for our leaders, our pastors? Can you speak from that position and point of view to give us just greater clarity how we can pray?
Well, God is resetting the church, and I think he's driving us back to our primary mission, because it's easy, even in ministry, to drift. And so I think he's driving us back. So my prayer is that your constituency will pray for spiritual wisdom. How the church leaders and church congregants use this as an opportunity for more impactful ministry. And if we ask that question and get his answer to that question and answer and implement his answer, then not only will we be more on target, but people will be more helped and blessed.
Well, we can certainly do that. I know that people can stream your service on Sunday. Is there anything that, like, to be able to preview, what are you going to be preaching on or teaching on this Sunday if they were to be joining you?
Well, this Sunday at 10 o'clock a.m. Central Time, I have two words. And these are not my words, but Jesus' words. And it simply says, don't worry. Don't worry. And there's a lot to be worried about, and in the middle of that, he says two words: don't worry. Matthew 6, verses 25 to 34, don't worry. The question is, how do you not worry when things are so worrisome? Well, Jesus is going to answer that, so we'll have the live stream, and then we'll be repeating it from the Urban Alternative throughout the week.
Awesome. Well, I think that Emily can post a link to the stream there in the comments if you're interested in hearing that word from Dr. Evans. As you said, don't worry. Worry is just this burden, this heavy blanket that is weighing on us. And all I could hear was Bobby McFerrin kind of whistling in my ear, like, don't worry, be happy. And so there's a lot of joy too when we take that worry before the Lord and see what he does with it. So I pray that that's how your word it goes out and is received, that we just let God take all those anxieties and worries. And so thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me. It's always good to be with a partner.
Yes. Yes. Well, thank you. May God bless you and your family with a lot of health as you guys are walking through this too, with a lot of obligations in front of you.
Thank you. God bless.
God bless you too. Oh my goodness, what a full day right here. This is of Lauree. Thank you guys so much for joining us today. I hope that you were encouraged. I hope that you had some fun, maybe a little break in the day here in Dallas-Fort Worth. Just want to be able to be here and kind of just be another place for a touch, a place of fun and encouragement throughout the day. A couple things before we sign off. This evening, Rebecca Carroll is going to be doing a Bible study live from her living room. So right now we're in my living room, and she is going to be in her living room tonight sharing a word with us. It's called People of the Then and There. And so I'm really looking forward to that. I'll be there in the chat room as well. Rebecca's such a great teacher, and maybe this evening is, turning off the TV and just coming together as a family and doing this Bible study together. We would love for you to join us. You can find that video again right here at the KCBI page. It'll be going live. But thank you for joining us. And if there is anything that we can be praying for you for, would you let us know? We would love to do that you would not be by yourself or alone in this time, but know that you are with a community. And in that sermon that I was referencing from Dr. Evans earlier, he said, we say social distancing, but it's really just physical distancing. We can still be socially connected, and that's what our hearts want to be with you as well through KCBI. So If you are listening, it's online at 90.9 KCBI, and we've got an app you can listen to if you're out taking walks, getting some fresh air. And we've also got the streaming online as well. So thank you for joining us this afternoon. And thanks for joining us, Tammy. So good. I'll post the link in the comments if you're interested in watching that YouTube video that I had just watched earlier. Dr. Tony Evans has got just a great word of encouragement for each one of us. Clarity, to be able to hear from God. And one of the things that I just wanted to leave you with is today I just felt like this urge not to feel productive in a sense of like doing things for anybody to know about, but that I don't believe that, I believe that this is a divine moment for each one of us to engage with God in a new way. And very much like Dr. Evans was just talking about, God's getting our attention. And what are we going to do with that? What am I going to do with that? Am I going to look back at this time of quarantine and be like, I just had to spend 2.5 weeks inside and I got through the entire Netflix calendar? Or is there something that I can be doing more so that I'm just spending time quieting myself, my mind, my heart, and spending time with the Lord, that I would look back at the gift that this season can be for us, for our families, in communication. And so I don't want to waste this time. And I, having met you, many of you out at events, I know that you have a heart too to pursue God and to make the most of what God has given us, that we wouldn't take it for granted. So that is a word and a conviction on my heart, and I know that you may be listening to God and that this is just a really special time. Maybe it's the gift just to be with your kids, with your spouse, having some great conversations, playing games together that you don't normally do. And so we would just take advantage of all of this, that we would be able to look back and really see the gift that God has given us in this time. So praying for you guys, praying for peace and clarity, even though I know there's a lot of financial loss as well, and there's worry on your hearts, but trusting that God is good, God is in control, and God is our provider. So thank you, everybody. We will be back with the Live with Lauree next week, and you can see that right here at 90.9 KCBI. Now it's the awkward part where I go try to find the off button. Let's see. And